Yo, ebusuya for me mama kwaba edeba tips and gist YouTube. Mete monka che me ba YouTube ache. TikTok de amota hu me 1 or 2 days bi. Ansen kra na me ho emfa me papa bi asanti TikTok kra na matiada. Oba obetimi atwa comment na meje so. Ebusuya nansen mu ho na ye start Canada. Ya ye conference ewie. Aye tourist visa ewie. Na afei yɛte see schools no colleges bebree me de baeɛ ɛma college baako koraa College of North Atlantic ɛno koraa de yɛsua yɛ application ne biribiara ɛwɔ ha sɛ yɛhwɛ ɔmo gu so a ɛfa nkurɔfoɔ wonim sɛ yɛ DLI a wokɔ a wobɛnya postgraduate work permit ɛnyɛ no nkoa mede other schools a ɔmoyɛ part of the DLI a ɔmowɔ postgraduate ɛno nso nyinaa mede to hɔ later mede universities ɛnso bɛyɛ 8 ɛbaeɛ Albert ɛnso ɛwɔ Canada ɔno nso ɛjoineeɛ Emma ɔno nso bɛkyerɛkyerɛ kwan a ɔno nso faa so ɛkɔ York University ɛde tips ne nyinaa ɛbaeɛ ne part 2 no me try sɛ metumi aschedule no Sunday if sɛ me employer amfrɛ me sɛ membrɛ adwuma then yɛbɛtumi me ne Albert ɛbɛtumi because ɔno no Sundays pɛ na ɛyɛ a mɛtumi ahosti no ɛsiane sɛ ɔyɛ Adventist so Sundays pɛ ɛna yɛbɛtumi anya no yɛntumi anya no Sunday wei the next Sunday menya ho mankɔ adwuma na ɔno nso ankɔ adwuma a then na ede ahye ho I promise you say ede e wose me de ne ba so baako na ebewie study permit no but before that no ene enema bi twetwe maso especially amanfo a omope LMI ni ade that is not the only route I obetumi afa so akọ Canada ene na nkasa de nkoma ye betwe no ye bedi nkoma afa Canada work permit bia eti ene no akọ eti say overview ye be biem said be ya obenya a broad idea of opportunities bebra ɛwɔ Canada sɛ okopie mu a na watumi afa part a wobetumi afa sample ofri Ghana na ɛkɔ a bebre na wɔ hɔ a you can get it wa abra wɔ Ghana right enti ɛnɛ ɛyɛ work permit types of work permit ebia emu nkyerɛmu ɛna mede brɛ me use PowerPoint presentation eti sɛ wohu bibi na pɛ sɛ wo screenshot ya you can screenshot ma menkai comments ansana ya start Suraj Abdullah or say good afternoon tips Suraj mehoye Ezekiel or say how are you mehoye Monica or say good morning bro Irene or say well done bro God bless you Pontius or say doing great bro God bless you Jeffrey or say I am new with this all right Jeffrey you're welcome Miss Anne or say hello just thanks for your time and support we appreciate it. And I think say Bedima or say good afternoon Doris and so say good to see you again all right ebusia mama yemfa enchiano ento kakra area na yebetoa so mehu nyina edoso Alhassan mo Rosemary mo nyina Bongo Wilsa Samoa Evelyn mo nyina mehu mo Abetapia enso ewa ha se justice meka se meka wanhwa na meja obi wo mo ha nyina mehu mo nyina mama yento aso so fast forward right fast forward yes preko na medine show so share presentation a ewa ha ya you can see say Canada work permit types and ene yebetwe ho enkomo na different types no you mu ahodo mienu men can say classifications right the types no and masa classify said be because those men group here nya their presentation be nice into me ankasa ma classify into temporary and permanent so if a temporary na eno types bia obenya work permit type bia won sabe cancel de Canada expiry date edaso na work permit no kra no eno ane working visa right in a country kra oko UK for beka say work visa but Canada no or prefer permit until anytime you better work permit no ebusuya eno ane work visa why until you one comment say na de hene work visa etimia na me group type but ma classify no into temporary and permanent and I'm sure say temporary no the expiry date so to say bia yama 5 years work permit there 5 years no ebeso onchirebo right enti eso a de na wo say we either say we pray permanent resident status Canada ho eno na mo friend PR and I say bia wo say be renew o visa no obi timinya 2 years obi etiminya 8 years ni nyina different types. Postgraduate work permit and also a different type of work permit. But a temporary when you say be a 1 year and a ama wako school we ama 1 year there ebewu, right? Nti ɛno nom no ɛna ɛyɛ temporary ɛna permanent ones ne deɛ sɛ yɛde ma wa when visa renewal biara any tracker the moment abɛwura Canada no you are a permanent resident yɛka permanent resident a na kyerɛ sɛ until sɛ wankasa wobɛyɛ w'adwene sɛ sesia de ebia metena Canada biom ɛna mebɛfi anaasɛ ebia wobɛdi bɔne bi na yɛagye that opportunity no ɛfiri wo nsɛm na yɛ deport wo anyɛ saa deɛ you can live in Canada permanently ɛno ɛna woba UK a ɔbɛka sɛ indefinite leave to remain anaasɛ to enter Canada kind of permanent resident PR. So these are my two classifications. Inti yɛbɛfa no one after the other. Yɛfa temporary na yɛahwɛ visa types, working visa nkwa ebusua school nka ho, visit nka ho, ɛnɛ yɛ working visa ho asɛm, ɛna yɛka ho asɛm ana work permit ho asɛm. Eti yɛfa temporary na yɛbɛhwɛ types a yɛhyehyɛ aseɛ nyinaa, yɛba permanent na yɛayɛ ne sa. So temporary no, ebusua the first type the open work permit. And second one no employer specific work permit. Ano na ya na LMI eka ho no. Behu se bebre na money je ho eti eho ye be go into details kakra. And ye the H1B visa holder work permit. H1B visa holder work permit. Abusia o TikTok a ensem bi say na ebetimi wo rebetimi afi wo ba YouTube a obetimi screenshot PowerPoint no na bibia aka wotrim. Life we say so ebeka nti anytime bia you can come and revisit na watumi ehu pathway a obetumi de ra Canada. Abusia yesa will be a friend the seasonal agricultural worker program and also a temporary work permit ni bia. Na yebefa ni nyina one after the other. Abusia open work permit. You can open work permit. Let's just say ye BM work permit ye BM. Eban is saying you don't need to look for a job. You have to apply for the work permit direct. Na wako PM Canada. Man for be some tips. There na menya first. May apply a juma and sana ma apply work permit. And I may apply work permit and sana ma kope juma. It is a open work permit and our person de ko Canada there. Then unko pay juma. You just apply the open work permit direct. Uko do Canada wa na wako hwehwe juma. What you say? Now open work permit no a for ne de ma wo de ma spouse of obia or Canada dada tinie. De ma spouse ewo obia spouse of obia or Canada and now say vulnerable foreign worker. My presentation me type and me say where's ni bia bobro nti but what do who about say vulnerable na ma type is right vulnerable foreign worker na ebusa yemfa spouse no me fa ne say amanfo a eco school e Canada on say first grad degree for masters PhD no many other obi e kwa utumi de wo hoka for ko e spouse or yere or ma right now sesia na Canada by 2024 where yi undergraduate for no every that opportunity but still masters for PhD for no many ade for nyina mo nyina mo betumi e de mo ho ka for akọ even postgraduate you can say post postgraduate certificate programs no yes mo nyina mo betumi de mo ho ka for akọ right eti bibisa esia main applicant na we student no ono no kodu Canada ho then adia obeye ne say after enrollment where school no na why enrollment awie no or the letter of acceptance LOA na onya ya ansa na ode gene visa or the gene study permit akono or the eno plus the enrollment letter from the school na fe no or the bank statement your bank statement ayetwa ama a spouse of a student sika obenya ne nyina ewo IRCC a ada ye beye ho ade ye beko ho na ode ne nyina keka ho na fe ode atwa watum na chese wakoka ne ho eti eba na say busia ho say enye a job application bia na obeye a student na e pushu ama wawura Canada nti ukodru ho a ansa na wakohwehwe adwuma say who need that opportunity a mesrawo untumi fa open work permit no enko another one enso a spouse of a worker me fa ne say me metimi akope baako a me metumi akote say second one ya yebeka ho asem no me amanya bi de akọ na maware e wo Ghana me de me marriage certificate bibia atumu a metumi apply for open work permit ama my wife no abeka me ho e wo Canada because me ye adwuma nti me nsa ha me ho sɛ my wife enko hwehwɛ job bank ne ade enko pɛ adwuma enso nye employer ne bi mmra da bi me wo ho dada nti no asɛ me de betum sɛ ɔyɛ my wife na ban no ama no open work permit na ɔde aba so we give it to a spouse utie me na wo spouse any Canada ho sɛ wo ko school ana wɔyɛ adwuma abusua untumi mfa open work permit no enko. The second one, open work permit, yedema vulnerable foreign workers. Abusua vulnerable foreign workers no esi abra obidi the second type I be discuss it the employer specific no akɔ rem Canada na oni employer no eye adwuma na esisie bi abuse bi physical abuse entokwa bi enema bi a your friend abuse ye ka abuse it can be physical, it can be emotional, it can be any form of abuse. Aban no betimi agye atum say the employer is not treating you well. Eba ne saa na employer aban no ebeyi wa free employer no restrictions. Onim say o go with an employer bi be fa wo sponsorship e be fa wa wo hye na se. It is a wo abuse wa aban no beyi free employer no ase na wa ma wo the open work permit. Enti ano your friend open work permit for vulnerable foreign worker. Na say oh you vulnerable and I was a foreign worker wa kopiem Canada na e dey amount. So that is in these two ways per and I'll be able to me enya the open work permit. Ebusia, the second one a employer specific work permit. Employer specific work permit bra one kasa we free upim because we nim obi a Canada say wo kunu bi ani hwa o school o yiri bi ani hwa o school bi ani hwa o ye adwuma obefa nti we free upim akọ job bank akọ hwehwe adwuma LMI gugu ho na employer yi bi etimi aye wo interview na afi omo a sponsor o ede wako and when your friend employer specific work permit that means that you are going to work for a specific employer. Now ebusuya eno no it is classified say oye a temporary foreign worker. It ye visa types bia na say na anytime you be hu TFW temporary foreign worker bia no e say a employer specific work permit. Temporary foreign worker. Even with open work permit, still now you're temporary foreign worker, but most of the time, no, employer specific work permit, and then they target the TFW. Now, temporary foreign worker, no, and also if you are, you will need LMIA. LMIA is required under the employer specific work permit. At any time you have a employer specific work permit. Fatu team said you are going as a temporary foreign worker. LMIA is required. Yeka LMIA the labor market impact assessment into na ewo from hono, right? The red one once matre LMIA equals labor market impact assessment. Now with this LMIA, at the end yeka labor, you're breaking it down. Labor day ejuma, right? Labor ejuma market. Let's just say abano or ejuma ku, right? Ejuma biya ye or Canada biya no, I'm afraid labor market. Now impact, yekase bibi impact and bibi assessment. So abino or assess some particular jobs who say ebenya impact on their labor market. TNE. Iti enya dwuma bia na omo assessment no etimi ewo impact. Mekasa na kire say adwuma so wa mefa wankɔ Canada ma wankɔ ya edi sunsanso bebre oman no. That means adwuma no shortage ewo ho. Canada aban no nkrofo e Canada ho no permanent resident for any citizens no omoni engye saa enwuma no ho enti se wa mefa wo ankoye a edi nsunsanso ebekọ oman no ho they need to do those jobs. For instance, farm work na amanfo go into the farming they need to survive, right? Into obey impact no obey assessment na who say no this particular job role no yamfa nkrofo amewremu a shortage abayamfa nkrofo amewremu a edi nsunsanso bebre oman no. And that is where they developed that LMI, the labor market impact assessment. It any time be no kai hunu say your assessment be omaye for some specific jobs what impact ewo omo economy ne so and I say what impact ewo omo labor market ne so and no any friend of the LMIA. Now ebusuya these particular jobs no eya na ubehunu no ewo job bank etutusi because eye shortage for instance na same ho na man for the truck drivers LMIA say truck drivers India for bo hwi and omo nyina kogu ho omagye adwuma na boso isi almost oma feel shortage ni nyina enti isi anom o search for truck drivers kra ewo job bank a LMI a obehu kakra bi they are na dos kakra truck mechanics enom ne ade and to say farm work manfo akoye ni nyina sisi ano ope farm work ankasa just a farm supervisor eba ne sanso na kyese wa wako school akoye agriculture university bi anasa yibi akọ wanim enom ne ade na betumi enya mu ewra eti me tips and just the anytime bia ya me job bank you can easily search the LMIA yawo other website we betumi search for those LMIA jobs right adwuma yede impact assessment na to so ehunu say e was ye befa wo free Ghana ekoye sa searching no utumi enya no job bank your other website to say Indeed, Jora, Monster, nominee ade a omo ye third party omo ye bloggers enti job bank ne posti a no so akọ reposti o click here still we be call employer no website so still na the make actually say job bank and the other website say me boy Indeed, Jora, Monster no scammers egusu bebre utri anye ya obi ebe scam obekọ akoya application ebekọ akosi obi so afi was between skase enti de bia meka say go on the job bank say go into the LMIA you treat it as a topic you be treat how to even create a job bank account how to search for the LMIA jobs how to apply ni bibia you be and there overview enti aya na wakoma atoyem now utuminya LMIA bia through the job searcher then with the LMIA number the LMIA document into LMIA the number be was so your LMIA number your LMIA document you can say a job offer and our job contract these 4 documents you get it from the employer in Canada we are now also what they will other documents are a wofie ebeka ho meka wo other documents are ebi it is a passport ebi it is that is your traveling passport and sana 2 copies of passport photographs are obesaya actually you sign it and date no about date e we actually ni bibia kama u CV now we dey come employer no sa CV na what the bema buy no what the bema immigration educational background be what they compare sa adwuma na won saka ye so now so wako secondary school so now so about degree so certificates are qualify we nyina ni nyina what the bachelor aban no so now so ye adwuma meboa eti ebasa na work history employment kora adwuma kora we ye Ghana no was a employer no ema recommendation letter appointment letter no money ade na wodi ni nyina eka home abusuya eba LMIA sell kope work permit na eyana employers no almost sponsor to win here bank statement and na eba to say insurance employers no motor insurance amount so you don't need traveling insurance so employer na to health insurance amawa then you need to purchase a private health insurance na or the account and sana what to me enya this work permit if you employer specific work permit abusuya mama yento aso enko the other work permit me see ene overview they make kan nyina ye be start treating one after the other ene de ye biebiem Canada baby work permit bia hye bia different types bia no eno ena ye nti tibia now there are 2 trim now we work towards those work permits all right let's talk about the H1B visa holder abusuya H1B visa holder eno enkrofo a omo H1B visa ewa America so what could do US with the H1B no a visa no will be ewa America now person ko Canada kwa adwuma and who here so be kwaji open work permit and as employer specific no you can use your H1B visa now okra ewa America no now they rem Canada through the H1B visa work permit portal no now they akwa adwuma ewa Canada so it is also another work permit a de masa enkrofo ku no abusuya the last one I bet talking about under the temporary work permits no the seasonal agricultural worker program na manka ebia na wako hu baby na confuse ebusuya Ghana enye eligible meka Ghana enye wa wote Ghana nkwada bi wa ukura Ghana passport bia onye eligible only 12 countries ena eligible countries ni bi to say Barbados Trinidad and Tobago Merefi, 12 countries, right? Mexico, Jamaica, and ade. Those 12 countries no more pay qualify for this seasonal worker program. Now, abino and say, on say your agriculture programs be A season to same fast Ghana, you season a mango eba. It is a mango no eba no makote. Say mango kwa, that means they do not have anything to do. Into those types of visas, the entire farmer will be asa. Your uncle for ya training woman to go and do that particular jobs in Canada. Make some kote mango. A example na mekaye. So those agricultural na programs na eba season no. Countries 12 na ya sign woman. Omo penitimages this particular visa. No makoye sa ejuma no. Right now, must go back to their country. Season is a draw, no must have rem as a no more. But while free Ghana echo, our person farm job, any agricultural job, no, you still fall under the employer specific work permit, LMI. It will no back LMI, it will be farm work, and as a farm supervisor, and as any agricultural work, but on the seasonal agricultural worker program because Ghana is not hard. All right. Ebusia mama call the permanent. At this point, my main possible 5 minutes. No, 5 minutes, also 2 minutes. Now, especially more YouTube. Under the temporary, wow, comment be ube to me a comment. TikTok there, I don't recommend because oh yeah, na amount for ebe remobu awante the start TNT. The question or osado beko wechi. But for more YouTube, nipa 100 yeah, must stay on top of and most the temporary ones. Bibiche wadria ube to me a comment or touch on it. Abra may proceed to the permanent types. If you so mesama mo be 10 minutes be na mo dem questions nyina abawi ansa na the life no aba. All right, Abra may try more comments no mama ready baby I'll say good afternoon bro. I've been trying to create IRCC. It keeps saying unavailable. Check your data. Obviously I will email you. Obviously good afternoon tips. God bless you pa. God bless you for your good ways. Okay. Joras also good job, bro. So all comments be under the temporary, you can bring it. Abra may relax it for just 1 minute. Now you see the permanent ones. All right. I think the comments no a BM anyhow. All right. Ebusia Momayen proceed to the permanent type. Momayen proceed to the permanent type. The permanent type, there were two main types. There were the express entry and there were the piloting program. The express entry and a piloting program. Ebusia, these two types of work permit, on Sakamu Bia, a will be Canada as a permanent resident. As a permanent resident. You be find one after the other. Ebusia, yaka express entry. And also a me who said everything can a opportunity be a buy no idea to you have to pass through. You're eligible. Now say with me a you are going as a permanent resident. Now you will me and say 4. Last 4 no day, you have to qualify one of the 3. And to qualify one of the 3, then you can use the 4th one to enter. Right? And the first one, your Canadian experience class for skilled workers who have Canadian work experience. Your uncle for people ha, the school echo Canada, the kwan before for echo Canada. Ndru permanent resident status. Eba ne saa na kyerɛ sɛ wowɔ Canada work experience, Canadian work experience, menka ne saa. So you can qualify for the express entry. Now I register express entry no. Na etimi move into a permanent status fast, right? Because ebi akɔ Canada we adwuma wobɛtwɛn bɛyɛ 3 years ansa na wanya. Or register express entry no na you qualify. It just change your status to a permanent resident. Your second one, your friend, the Federal Skilled Worker Program, and all you for skilled workers with foreign work experience. And to say, Mamu Timina, we are Ghana, a be a sales attendant, a be more a nurses for a be a teachers, a be a carpenters, mason, forklift operators, crane operators, a dorsal, right? A dorsal. To a dream be a biano, work experience no in outside Canada and as a foreign work experience biano, you qualify for the Federal Skilled Worker Program and also share express entry no as and I order the Federal Skilled Trade Program. I know you're more skilled trade. The skilled trade, a very, very dicey. experience in bebree skilled workers in bebree ha omo nya trade jobs. You trade jobs are a bit to say hairdressing a trade job, plumbing a trade job, carpentry no money are right omo your trade jobs. But you should have a trade certificate. Semeka trade jobs are now we carpenter e Ghana. Now we need trade certificate ebusia Canada be kind of say recognize here. That means you're not a trade skilled worker, and Ibibisa, right? Probably you are just a skilled worker, but they will not classify as a trade. This trade certificates, most of colleges in Canada offer these vocational programs, technical programs. We use common trade certificate. For instance, okay, hairstylist and a hairdresser course or College of North Atlantica. We are more the trade certificates. Okay, plumber, carpentry, welder, and trade College of North Atlantica, or trade certificate. And just as school, a lot of colleges or Canada, or trade certificate. Where a trade, but we need a certificate now. And yeah, now I classify under the second one. So your foreign work experience. Don't use the trade route because we be trade certificate. Ebusia sa three types here mabobosu. Say work Canada ho na experience no. Say over Ghana na experience and our trade certificate our experience anyone be able qualify biano. You can apply and go through the express entry. Now, last one I found express entry for the provincial nominee program no. And no, you can use this route to get nomination from a province. Provincial nominee. When you're provincial nominee na increase or score. Yeah, express entry now be TRCA be increase or score. Until when you're one of the three na they may be so na you can use now score no end this any sora what the pool ni fawa. Then you can use the express entry for the provincial nominee. No abiga ama scores na abastro. Now what to me a rem under the express entry. Minim say why dream by on because yenyansua express entry no. You start to say you no one after the other. Obeti asiye. But me person who say three types and a bit me a qualify. Now qualify now scores no any stra. Now I pass it through the provincial nominee program no. I had the fourth one no na ma score no abastro. Ebia would be rembia express entry. Emubia obeko as a permanent resident. Ebusia express entry types no. The first type I was checking eligibility. With the eligibility no. Maminka we say with express entry you don't apply for jobs. TNA, that is the difference between LMI and Amidika KM. We abino na ema wakwenya se braho nebeye bra nebeye juma. O se banokra o ba as a permanent resident. You don't have to search for jobs. Just go online, check your eligibility. Eligibility obe bisa questions. Say them kind no wako school edru say school nompo okono Ghana and also okono Canada. Wako bi o Ghana da, wako bi o Canada. Ni nyina obe bisa na wansa. Why juma? Juma ben na why juma na why no nso juma no mpo no is it the NOC the ka NOC me fan say national occupation classification and Asian express into now better see into adwuma no ne NOC then because your classification O 1 2 3 4 5 O no adwuma me fan say I just say oh masters and masters level no money ade and ubetumi a qualify and classification 1 no and tier 1 no adwuma ye degree and a application and sana watumi enya saa adwuma no and 2 no adwuma ubetumi di diploma and all the other atumi aye right and eba 3 na ehonso diploma ni bi wo ho any vocational ni nyina no once diploma ni 2 years ni 3 years so classification 3 no ehonso your diploma 2 no ne vocational for no so ehye ho and classification 4 adwuma mfa say secondary school and I will be to me the application. And a 5 na juma one co school kura will be to me aye. Until with express entry no, obebi sa o classification yes o NOC then a juma ben a wo de koye express entry no. NOC no national occupation classification yes na ebia wahwe say ebia me da 1 and I made 0 and I made 2 and I made 3. Apart from that, also be consider empo when you NOC area no, obe consider say adwuma no experience no Ghana na wunya experience no ana Canada na wonya experience ana both meka both a yonkofo Ibrahim say omo Canada omo di kan ye adwuma o Canada Ghana ansa na omo Canada ana say no mo Dubai ana no mo any other place. Is it outside Canada, inside Canada, or both? Ebia score. They make a school a score point to. Wako school Canada a score point. Wako school Ghana a score point. It's the more unya a lot of both a point no a cost into shemwa express entry in there. Say why free Ghana ko Canada ebe wako school be why juma or wha utumu say ubenya a scores no ebe cost ratchet will be a all Ghana because about to say me fans wako school Ghana I say I am a Legon obi nso a Canada sesi a ɔyɛ ne masters ɔno nso kɔ Legon ebia Legon asukɔ mu nyina 40 na yɛ bisa ɔno wakɔ school Canada ɔsɛ yɛ mekɔ school Canada na ebia yɛasa ama no 20 points aka ho but wa wɔ Ghana no wobɛ ɛhɔ bɛ take no na kyɛ sɛ hɔ wɔanya 20 na sɛ ɔno n'anya 60 wɔanya 40 ɛkeka kɔ n'anim o afei mo bɛduru work experience no mo nyinaa mo NOC a mo wɔ yɛ dɛ adwuma a wɔyɛ sesi a ebia mo nyinaa mo NOC ɛyɛ 22 ɛno nso asukɔ mo after work experience 5 years experience and 10 years experience fine and also a score and a work experience so duration also a increase point tibia mu nyina ma yadwuma more than 5 years to be anya bet 20 points or ono so sa work experience or Canada because oko school no or sa adwuma it na e no so asa score ne kakra ka ho right anything I make us but don't worry there are a lot of people a lot of ways our Ghana you can increase your point to say our real bit me our the wife a point account. So you don't have to worry about that. And abusua, apart from sa enema we nyina no, language requirement and so ehye na with language requirement no and also no obisa wo say what any of the exams. Please we a permanent resident into a strictly IELTS, TOEFL, TCF, TEF. Yemfa English proficiency letter yemfa wasi bia nkokyere say metebrofo wasi binya 8 dabi we nya LMI. So English exams no TOEFL ɛno kora menyɛ sure sɛ yɛtwerɛ no wɔ Ghana ɛti IELTS ɛna bɛtumi atwerɛ IELTS no nso wotwerɛ a woanya koraa no from 5.0 in each model deɛ ɛwɔ sɛ wotumi ɛtwerɛ wotumi ɛpaase ɛwɔ hɔ right wotwerɛ IELTS no wontumi ntwerɛ IELTS na wobɛtumi atwerɛ French exams bi a yɛfrɛ no TCF anaa TEF most of the time no ɔmo yɛ languages ɛwɔ Cape Coast University no money ade no omo I think so omo final licensure exams no omo try that TCF exams no right Ghana de yeah yekoye brofo na wi my try let into now we asa a headache for us. So if you don't have the TCF the French exams then you can go and write the IELTS the English exams. You need it. If you don't have it will not qualify you. Obeka say you are not eligible. So eligibility no and meguswa make kakeka ho asem no right. You need one of the exams. O baby sa wa worry o wife no wa worry no wife nso ye adwuma ben. So wife nso adwuma no code no no NOC no enso e wo soro kakra na work experience no nso e wo mu a eno nso timi increase o point. Eno nso betimi increase o point. Eno e your wife no adwuma no. Apart from that, a wife no so what training exams in the English exams and the French exams. O take say ane ono so training English exam and also increase more points. It's na make on worry and also enche say untimi nko the other ways I'll bet me increase it but the wife a point account ho a increase you into unya now the wife account ho because a juma na okoye so you can add your wife's point to yours. All right ebusi abra wa check eligibility ni nyina awie no obehwe o score no na che say o qualify for eligibility na then obe move no calculate o score if be the CRS the comprehensive ranking system. You can check your score by yourself and sakra na why register, right? But why you know the government will also calculate your score for you. Now one can calculate your score the obenya and one government is calculate ya obenya because a procedure to say in some make kind na obebubashi we can say IELTS no watchera obebisa say English unya the bedani English reading unya bansen listening unya bansen speaking unya say ni no the score wa worry o say I know a score we yere nso atra IELTS no say I know what as nti wo no betima calculate score kora hu say okay me score 400 and I say me score 420 450 and money ade aban no nso ebe score into their internal portal. After say why you score no BBA no now I gather or documents I'll be gather no ebusuan ye express entry you be go into details into better as with the documents no also what your IELTS no our IELTS results no one document. Also where we degree we degree certificate no one document. Also our marriage certificate. Any documents be or they a score no. So documents no na we gather ni nyina. We gather our documents and you create an entry profile. The express entry profile. The express entry profile no o create ya. Maka say ya score. Nti automatically na ye de wakoto pool. POOL. It is a swimming pool, right? Na ye de wato pool ni mu. Ye de wato pool ni mu a yɛde wo to pool no mu a wobɛdɛm kɔpem sɛ yɛbɛma wo invitation. Now woda the entry stage na anaasɛ woacreate wo entry no wobɛnya abotrɛ you keep on monitoring your profile sɛ yɛama wo invitation a. Now what they are going to do is wokae sɛ meka score bi ho asɛm, the comprehensive ranking system, the CRS score. Saa score na during eligibility wobobɔ hyɛɛ mu na yɛde calculate wo score no. Mefa sɛ woanya 400, Asamoah nso anya 420, Albert anya ebia 450, obi nso anya 500 ɛnom ne ade. What they are going to do is say mo a mugu pool ni mu nyinaa no yɛbɛhyehyɛ mo to say the class 1 teacher ahyehyɛ position first, second, third saa eti ebia nipa 10,000 na register ɔmbɛhyehyɛ from number 1 the highest score saa besi the 10,000 person. Now ebesi saa 10,000 person a every month biara no omoye selection no sometimes twice, sometimes 4 times. So omoye 4 times na ɛyɛ na first two no ɛbobɔ ho. Eti omoye no omoye no twice a omoye no the first 2 weeks of the month, the last 2 weeks of the month. In fact say yɛte February yi mu ebi ometimi ayɛ it can say invitation ebia 7th of February. Omoye 7th of February na the next one on Ben, I just said the last 2 weeks of February. That means it be a 20th more echo and almost a invitation. Right? I don't Ben 4 times in sono. Omoya omo fane kesi. Inti I'm fast 7th. Omo for nipa 1,000. Knife. It be a 2 days time pepe knife. No masa inviting nipa be 1,000. Aha. Ombe TSC it be a 20th ni muno. 20th almost a 5 be a 500. It be a dear chia na the following 2 days no masa invite no that month no omo ye 4 times invitation. So omo ye twice the ya omo fa ne boom. It be a first 2 weeks no first one on ben omo tima nipa be 3,000. The second one no masa fe nipa be 2,000. Sanity every month be they pick people. If you go there the record is there into who say February crash or omo ya men check here but January there omo pick here, right? Omo pick here. Say number of people omunya invite and the person or be a score, right? Now what they do is medical culture say mo amugu pool ni no example me fancy nipa 10,000 and omunya register this month and yedumagu pool ni and this month omo fa me fancy 300 omo first batch omo fa 1,500 omo second batch omo fa 1,500. That means they will pick from the highest person to the 3,000 person. Ebasa na mo 7,000 na maka ni nyina mo sa begu mo beko so ada pool ni mu na ye push mu for the next month. Menim say what ya see here sa pepepe enti obi anya 900, obi anya 879, obi anya 850, obi anya 832. Nto me hyehyɛ score ne sa confirm so me far from the first number 1 person, highest person say 3,000 omo for this month to the 3,000 person next on makate na more 7,000 na maka na muda pool ni mu nyina muda so da pool ni. Na the money dangerous and they say anka maka 7,000 na anka next month anka beka say oh me score ye be 500 inti ya fa me this month kra next month the almost say fa be 3,000 na e bedru me so no e bedru next month no na enkrofo foforo asa be tie tips and just no mo so akoye bi no mo so abeka home na nipa na e bia ne score kra no esa so chen ho no asa beda wo soro. What you say? It in kaka be 7,000. Open say next month now say month we dey bedroom me so no. Na any pa be 5,000 as I can register gum. Now you say must have 12,000 from that 7,000. 5,000 as I be must have 12,000. Some month so almost have 3,000 pe. Into almost have 5 na anzen rule so. Into obi timi da pool ni mu say be 6 months kra na friend no. Obi so timi register ya na ya friend no. Now, what makes it easier to enter? Eye niyama mienu. Say ubenya invitation. Eye niyama mienu. So ube increase your score and also be pass it through the French route. Quebec and many other French speaking provinces, and then Crawford brain to me qualify because of the French exams. And to who French exams, Quebec and many other, then every month to be they invite, they do some bare 4 invitation or invite a mumiansa into English, no man invite Bako into French. Iti baako no may invite into French, a whole bone say be cried the highest score I was cry 500. But about English speaking provinces now, once we been 900, and yes, I'm ketua, right? Into pass it through the French route now. And when I almost score no in this row, into quickly, obi aya na ya fano. Another way, and also NSA obekwa pass it through the last one I'm kind the express entry for provincial nomination. The Atiana said provincial nomination, you go under province crowd pese oko. Na province is all Canada no, ebia ne time omo bi omo nomination etum. Na provincial nomination no et say ye province ye ka province e Canada, Ghana ebeka say region. Timvan say Ghana ye Greater Accra region, Ashanti region, Eastern region money that is na Canada te province. Eti province bia anytime omo bi omo nomination. Omo bi nomination ni tuma quite say VGM for e bi nomination. Fa wonyo mko na ye hwese da na ye nominate usanete. Eti province no e bi nomination tuma. Fa o documents anka wode kwaye express entry ni bibia koma province no. Ohwe na so ohia wo se obeba ho abaye adwuma na wa ma nomination. Se wonya provincial nomination na eno kwaye 600 point. It would 600 points no ekoka wo score na owo ewo ho bia na wo be 400 a quickly a shoot to meboa wo 300 a shoot to e do be 900 sa enti unya provincial nomination a and also ade a ebetimi increase where ama shoot to akosra wo be dasro the first batch e be fremu no they are going to call you anything na make say the express entry you go with the 3 main route. But the last one, the provincial nomination, you can go under the provincial nomination. Timiana medebeka ho emane year 4. Until you qualify under foreign experience na. Now we share now score in Israel. And once we ra express what the provincial nomination are attach. Now we score no cost right? So who qualify under Canadian work experience. Now we score in Israel. What the provincial year can ho. Na why express entry na you be how to register to get a provincial nomination and money that you be ka ho na tumi aboa mu ama mu nyina matumi erem abusua ade ba kwa ema express entry endika ene say obi akwatra Canada be 3 years oda so ye temporary worker obi kra esua do a student but wo unya express entry na that will be Canada or ye permanent resident only visa renewal bia eni asem eno na ma express entry no de ebusua say o point no was right you get an invitation and that is the 5th stage when your invitation at the moment you get an invitation letter you gather some other documents where they buy your application that is the express entry work permit the permanent resident status now why or visa application and now work permit application now if you Canada it will bounce your work permit or select a type of work permit will be a work permit or IRCC da waje work permit da na obi agent wa hase a bonse who apply for work permit amobia obi sa say nipa no or as a temporary foreign worker is it the LMIA or open work permit and as a express entry and as a pilot obi se bisa oni nyina so right into one obeko normal way of apply work permit but udru ho a now select express entry na chese omo hu say oh ono the express entry work permit na eba na ye ma permanent resident status abusia the last one a piloting program I know and so the second permanent resident status work permit abitimi enya era Canada na your friend the full name no rural and northern immigration pilot RNIP right rural and northern immigration pilot RNIP. Now, this pilot, you're trying to short end pilot program. Now, and also abine de by abra LMI fui temporary foreign workers, or more at the shortage in a big good job and money ade. But still na because of say most of a Germany be rural areas. And I said the northern parts of Canada ninti na be brena empese or those parts. Nti ebanes ebi wo nso with some excuse be to say omo temperature no sorry weather na one say temperature right at the -30 no money ade Nti eba ne sa amanfo mpɛ sɛ ɔmbɛkɔ hwɛ sɛ wokɔ yɛ adwuma paa wɔ those high areas, right? Na low temperatures ano. Ɛnyɛ easy. Amanfo mpɛ hɔ kɔ. Obi kora ɛkɔ visitor ya na ɔmo akɔhyehyɛ Toronto no mu ne ade ɔmo nkokɔ saa nkuraase no obi ne hɔ a it's those places no remote areas no ɛno ɛna aban no ayɛ no rural and northern immigration pilot or the program bi aba sɛ you do everything as sɛdeɛ yɛyɛ LMI na ɔbɛyɛ wo job search ɛyɛ obi biara na mmom wonya adwuma ɛwɔ saa area na instead sɛ nka yɛde wo work permit no ɛbɛyɛ temporary work permit anaasɛ ɛbɛnya expiry date no o deɛ yɛbɛma wabɛyɛ adwuma no as a permanent resident status abusua wate aseɛ nti piloting program no akɔyɛ sɛ ɛyɛ form of LMI na bia but we no ɔkɔ as a permanent resident. Difference between we permanent resident and express entry ni say express entry no you don't look for job. What do we name there work experience will be beyond a culture aban no near to pull mu na o score na obenya na aban na ma invite sebra and you different who could do answer na pay adwuma but pilot any there obehwehwe adwuma e those areas now may part of the rural and northern immigration piloting no unya na near wewrem as a permanent residence minimisa matiasie now your 11 communities ebia na ebi ba beka ho basisia the communities aban na gye atum say omo betimi e de waba as a permanent residence no and also omo ye part of the rural and northern immigration pilot program no omo ye 11. Now what you're supposed to do is say you have to target these 11 communities. Ebimo ewo ho a omo job vacancies no egu job bank into job bank na wa search those communities na why application unya adwuma wo ho a unya and one thing is that the job must be LMI. What's a shortage edaso? That is in terms of say LMI, you know. Adwuma no was a LMI edaso. Eti unya na sa adwuma no that community is part of that 11 communities now. Then what you have to do is to go for a community recommendation. That community now recommend they say ampa adwuma no one shortage edaso and a community. Iti akwai to say nancy student call school yes or monkoje attestations at bibi sa na obekwakoje, right? Into obekwakoje the community recommendation. Now they are two way so now as a piloting na and no obeje work permit na and a permanent resident at the amount. Abusia apart from 11 communities I was with the two team now kohwehwe ewo ho no educational background and so accounting say wako school I was a wako school akọ because piloting no communities no enye omo nyina na wanko school a obefa nti educational background ye piloting na obehu grade degree for adwuma betimi aye enum na but for now na the nurses hot cake pa nurses and I think say omo ye four a yipa na hot cake but your other job roles are and also betimi enya communities no omo hia mo pa education right language requirement and also a IELTS and I say French exams. The community no a French, then you need to write the French exams. By English, then IELTS is mandatory. You need to pass the IELTS. NOC, medical check NOC, Abraham Metro Express Entry, right? The National Occupation Code. So Ejuma so NOC na was a higher, either 0, 1, 2. And you can say yeah, Ejuma be a one school, right? Into the NOC no tier either tier O, tier 1, 2, or tier 3 be on budget. And a community recommendation also maka you also so you do everything as LMI. You search for the job, said there was such LMI with CV no baby but what target those particular communities 11 communities now ebusia 11 communities no ebi mo kra wo omo private website ebi mo private websites omo di adwuma no kra ego there last time koye na mo adwuma bi to say food service supervisor and no I to say una who supervise enuane or restaurant no money ade right food service supervisor omo cook ne chef yeah na omo ta e was shortage pa cook and a chef omo shortage our Canada and to say meka nurses no money ade no right omo yeah under it you see it Nti ebi wɔ hɔ nso ɔbɛka kyerɛw sɛ ɔmo ne private website a ɔbɛsɛkye adwuma ɛwɔ ɔmo website. So go on job bank na wobɔ job title na wabɔ community no aka ho. Ebi ba na kyerɛ sɛ wayɛ application. Onsa ka LMIA na wabɛgye community recommendation ɛwɔ mo hɔ na kyerɛ sɛ wakɔ as a pilot anaasɛ wakɔ as a permanent resident. Abusua, at this point, yeah, 50 minutes. Mama, the last 10 minutes and questions and answers. Me pacho, mama questions and answers no any related to the enayabe. As some we know be any question answer na who school where ya pato na mama yenye. Who question be about piloting na mo famra obi had the questions ebe na afi no yedin komo afa ada ho ana yedi right. Osi, please, I want to write IELTS. Any help? Yes, so you can register IELTS with the British Council if you are in Ghana or anywhere, right? The British Council, they organize IELTS and you can take it to any of the English-speaking countries. So because you're not coming to the UK, you can write a standard IELTS and it is work. So you write the general IELTS, right? You write the general IELTS. I've done a video about IELTS on my YouTube, so you can look at the different types, the models and everything to have a better understanding and even how you can book the IELTS. All right. Jeff, or say hello. Yeah, hello. So if you have any questions pertaining the Yaka with the express entry, piloting, the LMIA, the open work permit, be brave and right, and be brave. So ebusia work permits are mobile different work permits and then yedi ho enkomo. Language requirements may say a IELTS and TOEFL, TCF, medical aka ho asem obed. Me say IELTS, strictly IELTS. Say LMI be na akopedia fine. And will be to me akwaji English proficiency letter. But about piloting any express entry so as a permanent resident, go and write the IELTS. And yes, I may have you will not get nomination. All right. Can you apply for PR? No, you cannot apply for PR. You can't apply for PR. You have to pass through any of what I have said, right? You have to pass through any of what I have said. So who apply, who pass it through the express entry, you get your PR. Who pass it through the piloting programmer, you get your PR. Visitor visa don't give you a PR. All right. Yes, express entry, you need to provide a bank statement for the express entry. Say ubetie me kasa mu a time a meka LMI meka kyerɛ sɛ obepe adwuma employer ne be sponsor into unhia bank statement. Me ba pilot meka sɛ no so sa abɛhwehwɛ adwuma. So ɛno so unhia bank statement. But edru express entry no meka kyerɛ sɛ onhwehwɛ adwuma bia aban ne frɛ waba. So aban ne frɛ waba no afei na wokɔ Canada hɔ akɔbɔ ho adwa akɔpɛ adwuma bia yɛ. So you need to show a bank statement to show say ukodru ho a obenya sika to aduane de kɔpem sɛ wankasa de wobɛhwehwɛ adwuma obenya bi. So express entry there you need a bank statement. But piloting and a LMI you don't need a bank statement. Yeah, I think say answer no will say right? So let us know what you are asking. If you are going to look for LMI there, a temporary idea, you can use any English requirement. But about this permanent status pilot, anomaly express entry, you need to write a compulsory IELTS and answer French exams. French exams in A2, either the TCF and I'd say the TEF exams. How can I get the link for the IELTS because I want to learn? It is on my YouTube. YouTube, I will stream here. We are called under my live sessions. All my videos are under live. Any live to say the issue. And so call under my live. You see, say, yeah, IELTS, right? You get it. All the links under it is there. If it happens, Canada with what is V1? I don't know what is V1. Can you apply any time? Yes, you can apply anytime. Except with the provincial nomination. Once a time I express entry make I say was course in the you need a provincial nomination. And no na any time be an omubiatum. But apart from that, express entry you can apply anytime. You can show your interest and be in the pool. LMIA go every month to be at the update their website with new LMIA companies. So you can apply anytime. I am a high school leaver. I'm a plumber. Am I qualified? So if we are doing it, we go on the portal, you check your NOC, you check your work experience. A lot goes into this. This I cannot answer this because work experience or NOC no many other day. So you look at it there before you can know, right? And a year overview. Um, yeah, express entry is work experience needed. I told you. And now when he has say, Jeff, now when he has say, so you have to watch the video. I'll not go back. Um, can LMI secure a permanent work permit? Yes. So LMI can secure a permanent work permit. If you go by the temporary route, right? Canada will travel for some number of years, depending on the province. And to say UK are fixed, no, right? Canada province be or 5 years, I'll be permanent. A be or 3 years, a be or 2 years. So LMI can lead to a permanent resident. It is a one to me under the pilot, any express entry. You can still go under the LMI. Then in the near future, you enter the permanent status. About the LMI, you sometimes see no degree. Will you still add certificates to your documents? No, if the company don't need your degree, they don't need it. What they need is your English proof. Into honors what your English proof, right? That is LMI. Beshremo, and yeah, a lot of work permits. It's a question now, baby sano. You have to attach the work permit chrono. Our percent be confused will be right because me can no degree. Obin so adrian say piloting program na make na express entry. So ubisa question now attach. Ubisa say is IELTS needed. You have never said anything. Just attach whatever you are asking because will be any interest. Will be any LMI, will be any express entry, will be any edge piloting. So attach your you kind of say work permit, the type not to your question. Please would like to ask what type of education qualification apply for piloting? So pilot, from masters coming to secondary school, right? From masters coming to is this tertiary or secondary school? I've forgotten. But master's degree, diploma, they are all part, right? If you go to a vocational and you're being trained for 3 years, you do qualify, right? Train vocational, you do qualify. In Canada, in terms of educational background, say the secondary level are more respect the vocational one. NVTI na bu e Ghana no. More respect NVTI no more than say wako raw secondary school. So wako raw secondary school, then you have to I was wako biaka home. Aha. It say 3 years wasi any 3 years vocational NVTI consider the NVTI because only a vocational. I know your time or the page, but who school there. Once the school levels and also I'm up was in the chain. So you can see. Mm. So express entry, if you're not married, you have a kid, yeah, you can still go with it is a work permit. So if you go in, you just apply for child study permit for Obano or Kwawaku school, right? So any form of work permit be and express entry any form of work permit be a benya, whether the LMI express entry, piloting, any work permit be you can go with your wife and your kids. Yes, if you go to Canada with a visitor visa, you have the chance to apply for LMIA. If you get it, you switch to the work permit. But also the show to say any easy. Until time now wo dia kono obi to Ghana, obi to me relax ya ne kakra kakra man nsaka. But wo a wakɔ pressure si wo so. Wanya no within a time frame no so a wobɛyɛ illegal. Wonya ye illegal so dia. Ene wonya LMI bottom makora na wo nkrata bi no wasɛ wo nkrata. Nti wonya ye illegal, wasɛ wo wayi nyinaa. Yeah, so if your husband is a student, then here the open child study permit, right? Under the open work permit. If you're applying for open work permit, they ask you, are you applying for your spouse or children, your child, right? So your child study permit, or bit me apply no ama nkwadano na omako school. Say neba na or 18 years, obit me aye juma. You know, say abroche from 16 years or to me juma. So oba now feel say or this 16 echo, but still now or under or dependency. na onko school, and then you can apply for open work permit for that child. On also akoye juma, right? But hopefully still will be school, and then you apply for the open study permit. The difference between the open study permit and a child study permit and the actual study permit, and it said the actual one, no, I was when you admission, wakoye school application, your admission, ni bibi, I know the original study permit. But all the any there, obano or primary school be a Canada biano now oko, right? Into the child study permit, and when you open, you don't have to apply for the school in Ghana na baby sir. How long does it take to get a work permit? You have to go and do the calculation on the Gov, I can say IRCC, using the duration calculator. It depends on the country you are and the month. So I cannot answer that question. When it comes to educational background, I have diploma in nursing, but you will not find the option. So which one is better? So options are making kind of, you have to go there and calculate everything to know which one you can best go, right? Ebia a work permit will be to me ediako. So it is up to you to do your research at the Joyce. If you want to go under the piloting and express na beka ko register and beka ko LMI, it's up to you. Meaning I mean to me ebia a papa, right? Mean to me fa ba ko and show. I think I've answered this question or repeated the question. Doris Appear, I think I've answered this question, right? If you are with a visitor visa, you can apply for work permit. You have to apply for LMI. You get it before you can apply for work permit. You cannot apply direct. I think it will be beside Emma make sure. Say 6 months now. Or also what this LMI. So it why illegal. So that is that. The right depend. I think okay, Obi Ebisa. Please LMI Dora. It's that Dora. I think I said that please LMI, does it require IELTS? It depends. If you want to use the LMI to do piloting, then you need to write IELTS. But if you're just doing the LMI, you can use your English proficiency letter. You can use your WASI, the IELTS to prove English. I didn't know Rashida. I had your TikTok or Michelle. What type of question, Janessa, right? I will answer. You don't repeat questions. TikTok Nayana or more repeat, sir. If you're already in Canada for visitation and you want to apply for piloting, I can assure you that you cannot get it within a time frame, no. So don't worry yourself, right? Piloting, no. I think I'll share LMI. Now when ya say wo Canada no, when to normal LMI no kurenya piloting kai hunu say a LMI corona be na share. So when to LMI pilot no bedenya. That is why I don't attribute the visit to the piloting, right? Because piloting, even after say when you LMI cranka quickly, kabit me sound no, you still have to go and get provincial, can I say, community attestation, and when I check, a bit one why illegal. So when they visit at what they don't be thinking about this. Can I say, you cannot do it. I have degree. Can I apply for LMI with resume, cover letter, and YC? Yeah, you can. You can. All right. Ebusia Medemo Besia, we've done 1 hour. Me lives, ebe dos bebre. Esa omo mo beshe no na oma bre. Right. Medemo Besia, yeah, the different types. You find one after the other. Oba, ada meye wodi no, oba na webisa o question, right? Na webisa o question. Say the beya omo beba beshe video no, it will not be longer for them. Medemo Besia, nyamenka mo nyina mo, mama bye.